Live in three, 2, 1. Let's jam. Leaning in on that microphone as I say that. But the camera is up here. Got to remember that. These are things you must keep in mind as you stream YouTube. If you want to be the cream of the crop. The cream of the crop. I need to go get a bunch of little creamers. I'm just going to do that. The cream of the crop. Oh shit, it's Chad Amsler. Oh my god, I was not expecting a Chamsler to drop by. Let me go ahead and post this up in... Am I still live? I just pushed something stupid. There we go. Let me post this up in Discord. That's what I want. I want that link. This Discord promotes and rawr. Okay, ready to go. All right, and I think and there we go. All right, I keep doing that, and I need to get my phone turned on because I'm still looking at OBS right now. And there we go. I am live. I can hear myself. Obviously, you can hear me, so I didn't need to do that mic check. I've got people in my stream. I don't have to do my own mic checks. Holy shit. Holy shit. There we go. And that's the one last thing I needed to do before I pop over to this window here. Wherever it is. Right. Before I get started with Diablo, I want to point out, there we go. This is my barbarian pork chop. He's in his iron butterfly getup. I will be changing that outfit when I get a new one. When I get a new set, each set will be a different nickname, a different thing, aesthetic. There we go. We'll go for the big words when you can't remember the word you wanted to use. And then over here we've got thank you for stopping by, my friends. Terrariku, Ram Ranch, Chad Amsler, Ralph Chastain, Jeff Brister, Monstar, and Ranger Player. I do believe you're the third name. And then the participants in the game so far have been Terrariku and Monstar. I expect more people to join up and play as time goes on. We should get a nice little group. And I promised, I made a solemn vow. You know what? Let's do this real quick. I look like ass. I need to shave. Look at that gray. Oh my god. Ooh, this was a bad idea. This was a bad idea. But yeah, I promised to play Warcraft 3. Yes, Warcraft 3. Which I went on Good Old Games and I purchased just for Chad Amsler. So we're going to get on that. I plan on playing the original Diablo, Diablo 2, the Warcraft 3 remake when that launches. Actually, let me go look over here in Blizzard because that's my next stop. Let me make my big ugly face like small and ugly. Smaller, more compact, more ugly per square inch. Okay, and Blizzard is the next stop I need to make, and Warcraft 3. Are my eyes red? I don't I don't know why. That's a complete lie. Oh, wait a second here. I'm checking something out. because I think I just saw something really friggin' cool, but I also am pretty sure. There we go. Found my card, which is not showing up on screen. Ha ha ha. Yeah, there, it pricks. This is not the right number. And oh, are you friggin' kidding me? What is my logon? No. Okay. There we go. Alright, this is a release. Return to shop. Alright. No, I'm going to, tomorrow I'm going to make the cookie dough, and the cookie dough needs 24 hours to rest. I will start doing cookie videos to. Why am I looking at my phone? You're not in my phone, you're in my camera. Um, Let me get everything put up, set up again. Ooh, that works really nice. All right. Yeah, so I'll start doing cookie videos because there's a technique to making the Nestle Toll House cookies recipe and getting the most flavor out. Because a lot of people say that my cookies are the best, and it's because I follow a very specific. I do very specific steps when I'm making them, and anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. And then the penis cookies, that's just for fun because I can't wait to get my hands on a nice hard shaft there. What I mean to say is when I work with the artistic cookies, like the watermelon slices and stuff, that I get really creative sometimes. What did I do last time? I made something cool I made a yin yang. That's right. I might. Oh, I gotta make them yin yangs because two halves of a whole symbolizing marriage. That is totally a wedding thing. All right, let's go over to games. I'm so glad I made this background so there's not just like a black screen. That was very smart. Streamers remember that. Okay, and I will be getting access to the multiplayer beta. It looks like now I can install it. Oh, that's fucking sick. I can play Warcraft 3 multiplayer. The new one. When I didn't even bother looking at when the game comes out. It comes out December 31st. Sweet. All right, cool. That is a New Year's stream. Oh yeah, and the last thing I need to do is actually launch the game that I'm going to be playing. That would be the smartest thing to do. I could just sit here and talk forever. But yeah, old school Blizzard's really good. So I don't remember when I played through Warcraft 3. I don't remember if I even finished. I know I'm pretty sure I finished it. I didn't play all the way through the expansion for some reason. Game settings, we're going to drop it down to Torment 9. It was on Torment 9. Okay, cool. Is anybody on? Nobody is. Nobody's on. Nobody should be on. It's like, God, it's 4:48. It'd be nice to be able to sleep while the sun is down, but also okay, the night beckons. What the hell's that mean? I got an achievement for buying Warcraft 3. Okay. Jesus Christ. Get your achievement for spending monies. Alright, I don't have any new wings. Do I have any new pets? Probably. Maybe? Yes. Okay. That was kind of worth it. Did I get a new portrait frame? No, but I bet I got a new banner. And you know, I'm going to go with my very best portrait frame, which I think is this one. Destroyer. Conquer, Destroyer, Guardian. There we go. That is my very... Their Logitech... I'm very bad about throwing things out. I'm sure they're called like G970 or something like that. They actually do have their own microphone, but I've got this red boy right here and a mic stand, and I've got a Scarlett. I forget what it's called. A Scarlett Focusrite, whatever, and then I've got a. I've got a iCloud, so my audio should be like fucking good. The microphone is very different from Camelot's because mine seems to be a omnidirectional microphone, whereas his seems to be very unidirectional. If you're not right in front of it, you can't hear the person. So, yeah. This was about a $500 setup. The webcam I'm using also has its own mic on it, which I did not know. I also didn't plan on doing my camera streams because I am fat and ugly. But yeah, I feel like more people will engage with me if my face is there, even if it is horrible to look at. So that's what I'm doing. But that has a microphone built in. So I think it's actually pretty decent. If I remember, I might switch over to it to see how it runs. Just to see. But yeah, so that camera was $120. It's the highest end Logitech camera I could find. $120 comes with like one of these standy doodles. So I might even have to switch it over to that because I showed off last stream. I've got another monitor which I meant to set up, but I was making all kinds of Photoshops, which I don't think I shared any of those with the general Discord. I made a Halo Reach Photoshop that I think Cody's going to use when he plays Reach. He might. Even if he doesn't, I'm pretty happy with it. And then I made one for Fantavision because he said that he needed a better title card So I'm really happy with the Fantavision one, but I don't want to show those off until they decide if they're going to use them or they stream. I want, well, fuck it. I mean, there's some benefit to being in the community, right? Maybe I should put those on the Discord. I don't know. Yeah. So camera and headphones, both Logitech, both wire, or the camera's not wireless. The headphones are. I require a wireless headphone, even though you will see it wired up pretty much 99% of the time. That is because I never charge the goddamn things. I just walk around with them on, even if I'm not using them. Let's push this baby as high as I can. As soon as I ditch this and repair. Alright. I should be really good to go. But yeah, you're looking at like, you're going to walk out of there at about $300, I'd say, after tax, depending on where you live. So it's a bit of money, but you're talking about a pretty high quality camera, I believe. My face is what's not high quality. The microphone should be good on that. And you also have a microphone built into the headset. Now, with Logitech headsets, I have found that they do have a high failure rate after about a year, but I also have a bad habit of dropping them. And by dropping them, usually it's I'm charging them and the cats walk by and they hook the cord and drag it off the desk. Or out where I used to have my computer in the living room, one of my cats would sit in a chair next to my computer desk where I had my headphones hung up, and the other one would run and jump at her and push the chair all the way across the room. He was in the room earlier, but he hates it when I shut my door. So as soon as I shut my door, he was sleeping. He woke right the hell up and started acting like a big fat baby. So I had to let him out. If I stream during the day, I might be able to keep my door open, which means I might get cats in the background. But instead of cats, I got my sword. Ain't that a beaut? It's not much to look at on end, but this way, woo! I guess a regular sword's not much to look at on end. Maybe I'll pull mine down one day. Maybe I'll pull mine down one day and show it off. Yeah, I gave Cody a light up one. Hannah should have that, but neither of them play Minecraft, so that's not going to get broken out ever. Not unless they use it in a skid or something. Cody and Hannah are still figuring things out, still building their channels. Hannah's she's still figuring, I just said figuring things out, but she's really figuring things out. Because, like, she's still got commissions, but she doesn't even really know what she wants to do. So, that's what I mean by figuring things out. Cody's figuring things out in that he's successful on YouTube to a very respectable degree, but he started streaming like 6 months ago. He's not sure how anything works, which if you're at the beginning of any of his streams, you'll notice. I don't have the same issues that he does because I don't rely on like stream elements or any of that. I just do it myself. So when something breaks, I usually know exactly what's broken. And I've had to go through all the pain of fixing and setting this up myself, which is a great benefit to me. Hannah's even worse off with it. She's not technologically inclined at all. But that's one of the reasons I didn't stream, was because I wasn't feeling good. And anyone who knows me knows that when I'm not feeling good, I don't do anything. It's because I can't think. I can't remember shit. Now everything's easy. Everything makes sense, but I get super frustrated when I'm not feeling good. And I think I literally don't have enough blood running to my brain, because what I have seems to be a circulatory issue. Yeah, that's what I keep saying is, you just jump in. Tiny also has a issue of, she has a equipment and money shortage. It was really nice to see her get some donations. I'd like to see more people get into her channel. I was actually really embarrassed when I forgot to link the channel when she went live, just because, like, I want to see her catch the algorithm, and I really, 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 really want to see her succeed. But honestly, she doesn't have a computer for it. She needs a new tablet. She needs a lot of stuff. She needs her own mic, her own audio and lighting setup. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out a way to help her out on that, because I think that's really the direction I want to take this channel, is mainly promoting the Famalot Discord and turning it into an amateur streamers club for the most part. So, like, if you're interested in streaming, you can come to the Famalot. You can learn how to set up your computer. You can learn the things that other people needed to learn. The hard lessons. You're still going to have hard lessons, but at least other people have done it. And that's an invaluable resource. And then you also, the other half of the equation is you have a built-in audience. We've got over 2,500 people in the Famalot. If they're watching this Promos channel, they are going to find an audience. And right now I'm working on ways to get more content creators active. I'm trying to, the ones that are active, like Centaria and who else? Magnolia. I'm trying to get them to make more use of the Discord and offer things to them, like, you know, just general streaming knowledge, ability to talk about equipment, you know, and really finding a way to build that audience using our community. Now, not everybody's going to watch every stream. That's impossible. I can't do it. I can't catch Fanta's stream most of the time. I always catch Tiny's. I always catch Cody's. But also, I was there from the beginning, and I really want to push those channels. Their success feels like my success. So that's just, I want to be there all the time. I want to help it grow. And, you know, I love modding too. You know, you get that nice blue name plate. People actually look for you in streams. You'll see that. People will notice if you're not there with that more noticeable blue faceplate. Like, you know, if somebody's been around like Ram Ranch, like, people will say, "Hey, what's up?" But you're very noticeably missing if your name's blue and you talk all the time. So I missed one of Tiny's streams, and I got messages. Like, yo, you know Tiny's streaming? What's up? I was just in a bad mood that day. Didn't want to deal with anything, but I felt better immediately when I noticed people were looking for me. So, you know, being a mod in a community is kind of special. As long as you don't get a big head over it. Yeah, and I'm not saying like I've been around since the beginning. I am the reason for his success. No. The only reason I say I've been there since the beginning. Oh fuck yes. I want to turn that off. That is options. Where are we going? Keybind, not key bindings. Gameplay. Where's? All right. So, all right. That was super annoying. I'm sad that I tried it. Pledge of Chaldeum gets broken. You get broken. I believe I have not the Wailing Hose, the Compass Rose, level 70. Oh my god, this is going to be so oh, I can't use them yet. Oh, what did I just do? Yeah, Justice Lantern's the one I was using. Oh, Bane of the Stricken. That is the last piece I need for this, I believe. So I have all the gems that I'm going to need, and I need sockets in these stupid things. Let's see if I can re-roll them. Reduced cooldown, I do not need. So, whoop. Replace. Don't do this to me. All right. And then the other thing I need is life regen. I don't need that at all. And why do I keep pushing the wrong button? Sockets 1. Damn it. I can get rid of you. Broken crown I want. I've got 2 Leorix crowns. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. Nope, I want to keep you. What are you? Low level string of ears. Let's see if I can get what I need. Is there somebody in my game? No, that's my guy. Alright, regen. Oh god, this is the hard part. I don't have any of the stuff I need.
Laura.
Yes?
Why do you keep glancing at the jar?
Oh, just
Yeah, it is cool to be a mod. And I'm so happy that you've been counting because I've been doing that for so long. Let me know if you need a break or you need me to take over. I'm usually paying attention, even if you don't see me speak for a while. uh, yeah, I've just been letting you handle it because when you do a fight milk count, you have to pay attention, like 100% of the time. So having somebody else doing that is just so nice. I'm the only one that's been counting fight milk, but I'm also one of I think the only mod actually that's in basically every stream from beginning to end. Nope, not getting it this time. So let us stash this. That will be a very nice increase. Actually, just scroll back. You can kind of pause the screen and scroll it up on like a phone or on the PC. So it's, even if it comes boom, 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 boom. When I do it, I'm on PC. I've got my calculator app up, and I just keep a total and keep adding to it. If you're on phone, like I could do it off a scratch pad if I needed to. Math isn't that hard. Usually when I'm sitting in the garage smoking, I'll just do the math in my head. And yes, I can do math while smoking weed. That is not a issue for me. Actually, last time, what was I doing? It was Khan Academy. I was going through the courses on Khan Academy from basic math. I believe I made it up to trigonometry, and I've never gotten to trig before. I always tapped out somewhere around geometry when I was going to school. So sitting at home, smoking pot, I got a better education. Well, damn it, I knew better than to do that. I was making it much further than I did in school. But I have a lot of issues with the way the school system is run, especially when it comes to actually educating people. You've got 32 kids in a classroom, sometimes more. I think the maximum allowed class size was 35, but often you'd see over 40 kids in a classroom. Sometimes it'd be standing room only. You weren't there to get an education. That's one thing that was very clear to me from the beginning.
I've gained new power.
You're a statistic. You're not a person. It doesn't matter. Maybe you had a different school experience, but I was a literal statistic. I was bussed out to a magnet program because they needed higher scores in Dillard High, which is a primarily black community. It was almost an entirely black school, and it's not like they didn't have low scores because they were black. That's like a terrible thing to think. It's because they didn't have the funding to get new books, and because I was a magnet school program, like I was a magnet school student, they actually got a lot more funding for having me. So, like some of the students were pissed off because I was white. I didn't belong in their neighborhood. They knew it, I knew it, but I wasn't really welcome. But it was because I was in that school that they were able to start affording new books, and not just me, but all the computer students, all the dance students. They were known as the School of the Arts. That was their primary. It was like you went there to learn ballet dancing, to play football, or to learn computers. And I believe that's still the dynamic today. I haven't made it to calculus. I'm actually kind of interested in trying to figure out calculus and physics. Like when my brain works, it works. I need people to explain things in a way that I can understand. Yeah, high school. I barely went to college. I went to college for a couple of months, and then I just stopped. I didn't care enough, mainly because my school experience was so god-awful. Dillard wasn't even my worst school experience. Dillard was actually decently cool. I was there to learn computer programming, and I was learning computer programming for a year. And then we moved. Plantation High School was yeah.
Wish I could do that.
I went to Plantation Middle and High School. Both were terrible. I went to Bear Middle School. I went to Horizon Elementary School. I went to Tequesta Trace Middle School. I went to Wellington High School. You may note that I'm listing off like 3 middle schools and 3 high schools. Yeah. I moved around a lot. I lost all my friends. And I had to retake my entire... What was it? I think the last 2 years of my middle school, which would be... What grades would those be? Let's see, 5th, 6th. Alright, so in 7th and 8th grade, I was in advanced courses. And because I was in advanced courses, I was getting high school credits. But I transferred to a different county. I went from Broward County to West Palm Beach County in Florida. And none of my advanced credits carried over. So, the way it works is, what is the... Earth Space Science, for example, Algebra 1, PE are all required courses. You cannot graduate if you have not taken Algebra 1, Geometry, I think 2 semesters of physical education, and none of it transferred. Even my PE courses from high school, or from high school, didn't transfer over. So I wound up having to take 2 more PE courses. It was fucking horrible. Just like Cold Snaps being.
Not enough fury.
I really wish I had something to eat. Or not eat, hit. Because I have no fury, and this guy's just teleporting to me and murdering the shit out of me, and that's not fun. I know, I need to change up one of my skills. I need to change Earthquake to something that's useful. See, it's not even hurting him. What will hurt him is if I can get 2 Rens off. Yeah. I mean, how many other places can somebody force you to get naked in front of a bunch of strangers? Only in high school. It wasn't an issue I had, but it doesn't make sense to me. Not at all. Oh, wait, hey, here's a bunch of people you may not like. You gotta change your clothes in front of them. And they're going to tell their friends. Have fun with that. Alright, so that's the highest torment that I want to push right now until I at least get, Ooh.
Capo smiles on me.
Let's get all my shit repaired. When I get that ringy dingy going, then I should be really good. Nope, I didn't get any Death's Breath. Or not Death's Breath, but the other thing. But we'll see what I've got here, and I should be able to crush some of this stuff. Well, I mean, here's my thing. Like, gym classes should be only at the end of the day so that you can go home and shower. That's it. Oh, I gotta put the mantle channeling is also going to help me a lot. Ooh, yeah, I need to get that on as soon as possible. Ooh, and the Gem of Ease. Cool. That's going to make leveling another character very easy. So the Wailing Host, I don't need that. Sunkeeper, I don't need that. Scorn, I don't need that. Razor Strop is bullshit. Cool. And let us check this out. Enchanter. Put that ring in there. Let us get a friggin' socket, you piece of shit. Socket. Want a socket. You know all I want is a socket. Are you kidding me? And that's it. That, I guess Kadala didn't screw me enough.
Hello there.
Speaking of Kadala, what else do I need? I'm looking for a weapon.
What?
I cannot afford that.
Nope, didn't get the weapon I needed, but we have maybe one more shot at this. I only have 2 Death's Breath, so that's not going to happen. Cool, I'm going to put all my shit away and go get those Death Breath and also some other stuff in a very handy dandy easy manner. I actually want to see it, so there and there. Cool, and we are going to leave the game. The only thing with it, oh, look at my little buddy there. That is fucking cute. I might have to shop him into a thumbnail. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I know. I know exactly what I need to put him with. Let's go to Switch Hero. Who are we rebirthing? Not Amalthea. She is fucking cool though. I will rebirth Amalthea eventually. Hey. I know I'm rebirthing Hey, but oh, Danareth, you barely got anywhere. Where's my other necromancer? Okay, so oh, okay, I already made my witch doctor for the season. Oh, we will delete you because Hey is definitely going to be my witch doctor. because that's my angry chicken run. Hey Hey is cool as shit. So let's create. Always check on seasonal. And who are you? Not wizard, necromancer. And we're going to go with a female necro. And Arthas is kind of a chick name, so I might have heard that somewhere before. All right, game settings. We're going to go into adventure, start the game. I'm going to play dress up really quick. I don't have any gear to actually equip. But what wings? Definitely those wings. And this pet. All right. And then my portrait frame, I'll probably do the same. I'll pick my highest level one. I don't think there's anything really Warcraft themed. I barely played Season 3, it looks like. Alright, that's the closest thing to Warcraft looking theme. But yeah, the only thing is wrong with is the starter doesn't really work fantastic. But it runs. It's got brakes. And I believe my parents, the other vehicle, the brand new one, is also a Honda. It looks freaking sweet. It looks like it's got a ton of space in the back. I haven't gotten into it yet. But I will to check it out. So there we go. And then I need to change this. I know that I've got a good banner for that. Pattern. Do I have a Warcraft 3 pattern? I could have swore they gave us Warcraft 3 patterns in here. Or... That's right. The Warcraft 3 thing is a banner? Pennant. Yeah, I'm not wearing that, I don't think. I want the wings. Alright, so I've got my pets set up. I think they might have actually gotten it changed. I don't know. I'll have to talk to my parents. It doesn't start right away, but I think they did get it changed. Alright, so I have her set up. That's going to be cool as shit. So I got my... Oh, god damn it. Okay. I'm just going to delete my Blizzard launcher because... Who are you? You know what? I can't remember shit. I forgot whose wings those were. Illidan. There we go. Illidan wings. And then I got my demon pet. Ooh. That would also work for a paladin. That would be freaking sweet too. Alright. So we are going to switch back to Pork Chop the Almighty. You are going to be on top here. Hey, hey, cool. All right. No. Hey, hey, we're going to rebirth you. Accept. All right. And he is naked and adventure. Start game real quick just to get this stuff going. All right, naked old man. Okay. And we have my 3 seasonals. Cool. Hey's gonna be a really fun. Let's see. Change it to. We're on Torment 9. Public game. Bounties. Torment 10. That's where all the games are. But Paladin would be a really good class for that particular pet because Arthas was a Paladin. That's my thinking on it. It'd be really cool if we got a helmet. Or just a whole death thing. That's right, I'm not killing everything. I'm going and doing very specific stuff. Here we go. Chiltara.
I will not be denied. A new ally has joined, but the minions of hell grow stronger.
Yeah, so a Paladin with Mal'Ganis should be really cool, and also with Illidan Wings, just to keep the theme going. But I went with Necromancer because you've got Mal'Ganis, you've got a Necromancer, you have Illidan Wings, and you have a skeleton army. And I think that is the most Warcraft 3 thing ever. Except for Necromancer, because there are no... Well, I guess there are Necromancers, but, you know, you're raising the dead. So, you know, that's kind of what our boy Arthas did. And they should have gear that kind of looks like the theme, too. Please give me health back. Oh right, and I need to change my pet to fit the theme of my character too. That is very important right now. Which means I'll have to change the thumbnail, which I'm planning on doing anyway. I switched from what was I using? I was using Paint 3D to make some fast and dirty shops, and I used Paint.net out of necessity, and Paint.net is just so much better. It's an actual editing program, whereas Paint 3D is more of a child's toy. So I'll be able to do much better editing. As I get to learn that program, I made a super cool helmet for Fanta. It's Master Chief's helmet, and the Fanta Vision logo is reflected in the helmet visor. And I absolutely love it, and I love the fact that it took a lot of creativity to get the program to do exactly what I wanted. Oh, cool. I hear a goblin. Goblin is dead.
Smiles on me.
That was sweet. Enter the Underbridge. Yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to learning a better photo editor. I've got a couple other ones I could try out. I've got the full versions of them, So that should be super cool once I start figuring out how to do things. Like, I made some really dumb mistakes. Really dumb mistakes using paint.net. I'm not used to having layers available to me. So what did I do? I started a new layer, and I wanted to cut and paste something, and it's a very intricate design. It's the interior portion of, or not just the interior portion of the helmet. It's the everything around the visor. I needed to remove everything around the visor and leave just the visor. And I really had to think outside the box to make that happen. And if Fanta uses that thumbnail, I'll probably go ahead and set up a stream and show, like, I'll redo it, because it's not hard, but it takes three-dimensional thinking. What I wound up doing is it actually wound up being so much easier than I made it out to be. I was using the loop tool. I don't need to kill any of this stuff. Why am I killing it? I don't need to kill him. Okay, what was I doing? Using the loop tool to basically draw an outline around the visor itself, and then go and draw around the helmet to remove the helmet, and then to put the helmet on a different layer, and then to put something else in between those layers, so that I could like, basically I could use a square image, and I could use the helmet itself to cover up the anything I didn't want you to see. And what wound up happening is my hands are not super steady, so I screwed up 100 times trying to, like, draw in the exact pattern I wanted, which really not easy, because we're talking about a rather large design. And then when I got done with it and I tried to move it, nothing was moving. And what I did was the blank, yeah, there was a blank layer. I was on the blank layer. I cut out nothing. Like, I cut out an entire layer of nothing. So I had to redo that. And then when I did it the correct way. Oh, don't kill me. There we go. You're dead. When I did it the finger quotes correct way, what wound up happening? Oh, right. The cutout was jagged as hell, and it looked fucking terrible. So I had to do it again. And then I got really smart about how I was cutting out the helmet. I managed to break it up into several pieces and then replace them. And I made it so much easier, but it took me like over an hour just to figure out, oh, hey, this is an easy way to do shit. I don't know why I'm doing things the hard way. Why was I doing things the hard way? Because I was working in a very straightforward manner. When I started trying to think about ways I could achieve the thing I wanted to do, instead of just going, okay, I need this to happen, and trying to brute force it. Oh. Yeah, so instead of trying to brute force it, I just went ahead and did it a very different way. Used a very different methodology. It's a methology. Meth is good. No, never smoke meth, not even once. It will fuck you up for life. But, anyways, I gotta kill these guys over here.
It roams the outskirts of Pandora.
What was I talking about that was not meth? Yeah, I started thinking in a very different fashion. And I said, oh, wait, if I do this, this, and this, I can very easily achieve the thing that I am working so hard on. Meth is good. And since it's a good idea to say this at the outset of a video at this point, but whatever, I didn't say it. I do have it in my channel description. I have it in the footer of every video. If you're 13 or younger, fuck off. I'm 40 years old. I don't want to hang out with you. No, it's not a kids channel. It's for adults to hang out, people that have had jobs, people who are interested in things that take like concentration and intelligence and just a work ethic. It's not playtime in my channel. And don't you dare point out the fact that I am literally playing video games. I grew up playing Diablo. I'm not going to stop playing Diablo. I'm not. And since I want to play Diablo and I want to stream, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking play Diablo on the stream while I talk about how delicious meth is. It like, as a topping, it's fucking fantastic. I use it instead of powdered sugar. Wait, it's crystals. Well, sugar's a crystal too. Is sugar made out of meth? That would explain why I can't stop eating it. And it rots your teeth. That's 2 out of 2. I think I'm onto something. God, there are 2 abilities I don't need on my bar. And I could change them right now. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, Chad's got a wrench. He'll beat you with it. It's funny. I'm pretty sure you heard it. Well, you can't hear text, but I told Tiny I think everybody on my stream is a mod. That won't be true forever, but like literally, it's people I've been hanging out with for months now. If anybody's watching my stream, it's because I know them. It's not because they wandered in off the street. So why not throw them a wrench, especially like with you or with anybody new to modding? Well, I guess until I get a couple more people in here, you won't really see what happens on the back end of things because, of course, there are no messages to pass through. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Jesus. I gotta be careful about the deaths because I'm probably going to get popped back to town. Alright. Let me repair my gear. I don't know why I'm getting popped so hard. It's probably because I can't attack. Yes, yeah, about those 3 folks. Okay, so you're always going to see one viewer because that one viewer is yourself because you're streaming. So when you're streaming, you're technically watching a video as well. I just need to kill these guys. So, you know, there's one viewer right there. Now, I'm also watching chat on my phone. See, and Riku is number 4. So I'm also watching chat on my phone, and even though I could have swore I fixed my shit. Oh, I'll just die. So since I'm viewing chat on my phone, that actually counts as a second viewer. So no matter what, whenever I view, or whenever I stream, it's going to look like I have 2 viewers. And then the third person is going to be my first guest. Oh, god damn it. Oh well, I'll just do it again. Yeah, it's just you and Riku. Yeah, so yeah, anytime I stream, you're going to see 2 people. I might get these 2 monitors set up. That's not where I want to go. Where did I want to go?
The ancients have blessed me.
Ugh. Maybe somebody's going to run faster than me. I don't care about actually fighting anything here. Yeah, so, like, if I had a whole bunch of mobile devices, I could just watch my stream with all of them, and it counts as more views. It's weird. And it's the same exact account. All I do is I log on to YouTube, go to my channel, and I push on the stream, and it comes up. But that's a second person watching the stream. I don't know how YouTube does its damn metrics. To be honest, they probably count it because they want as many views as possible because they're charging advertising revenue, which means they want to pump up their numbers wherever possible when charging for revenue. So making it appear like there's more people by having the same account logged in twice is beneficial to them. More beneficial than it is to me because I'm not making any money on this. But that's just a little oddity. You wind up finding all these things when you start streaming. I don't have a community tab, which I didn't know. I think you have to have like 1,000 subscribers before you get a community tab. Like, basically, you have to be profitable. Oh, fucking click, dude. Oh my god, click. Click. I honestly don't know. I think it's like between 40 and 30%. They provide the platform, they need money to run it, and also they get to dictate the terms. So they're free to skim whatever they want. Like you either accept it or don't stream on their platform. There are other platforms you could stream on, which is why competition is good. Never let anybody tell you that competition isn't good. It drives prices down. I noticed that when, let's see, when Exxon bought mobile, Exxon stopped paying for any repairs, any, like, give me my crap. There we go. That's a nice big golden shower right there. I get different golden showers than Cody. Oh, that's right. I'll give you that. Give you that. Give you that. Well, here's the thing that happened. Exxon stopped paying for anything, and it wasn't a merger. It was a buyout, period. They ran everything. They didn't pressure wash the pad. They didn't do any of the necessary upkeep in the store, which for 5 years, I cleaned that son of a bitch myself. I painted the damn walls on the outside of the store. I painted the walls on the inside of the store. I put shelving in where we had a second bathroom, which turned it into desperately needed storage. I repaired the fucking car wash for 5 years. And then we didn't have a budget for it. I wasn't allowed to fix the car wash. We had to call somebody to maintain the car wash. I couldn't change a light bulb. We had to change people, or we had to pay people to drive down to change a standard light bulb. It was unfucking believable. You know, I used to play with power tools, and then they neutered me. Like, you know, nope. You can't change a light bulb. You can't put up the ceiling tiles. You can't put in the, like the fluorescent lights. No, all this stuff that you used to do is obviously too hard for you. Oh, that's fucking good for starters. Hell Trapper. That's right, and all this stuff is going to be account bound. I can only give you stuff that drops while you're with me, to some extent. Salvation looks pretty. I got 2 of these fuckers. I'm not going to use either one. I've still got a, I thought I popped all this stuff. Alright, so more plans.
Still recharging.
I think my F button stopped working. Oh, and also the worst thing that they did, when Exxon bought mobile, they put a wage freeze in effect, and they never lifted it. For 10 years, they refused to give anybody a raise. In fact, the only raise they offered me after that, which I used to get yearly evaluations, I think every 6 months under mobile. And I used to get monthly bonuses as an assistant manager. As an associate, I got monthly bonuses. You just had to meet your goals, which were reasonable because they did actual math to figure out what would be a good goal, not just wishful thinking. Yeah, I've got a Logitech wireless keyboard and mouse set. I usually like Logitech. I don't know what I did to this F key, but I cannot oh, I don't have a follower. Okay, it's working. I'm stupid. Oh, I was pounding on the damn keyboard. Yeah, they let's see. Immediately they cut associate bonuses because associates weren't managers and they didn't deserve bonuses, even though they're on the front lines. They're the ones making the fucking money. Give them some of it. If you want your employees to work, tie their income to how hard they fucking work. It's not that hard. I'll keep all this stuff, just put it away. It's not fucking rocket scientists. Pay your people, reward them for being diligent. But they didn't do that. Oh, that's not a good one. Do I have a necklace yet? I'll just go craft one because I need to do that for an achievement. So, amulet, anyone will do. Yeah, so they took away associate bonuses, and then I think the next year they took away assistant manager bonus, and eventually they got rid of the manager bonus. And one manager I knew had to work basically 7 days a week for, I don't think he got a day off for 3 years. Not one. He wasn't allowed to take a vacation, nothing. That was actually under 7-Eleven, not Exxon. Exxon wasn't the worst company. I didn't realize all these dead people were over here. What else did I need to do? I wanted to get my ring and try to re-roll it again, because that will be a huge buff. The compass rose. Alright, and I do not want to smash it. After 5 years, when alright, a couple things happened. Exxon took over mobile. It took them about a year to really run things down. Actually, no. The first thing they did was install this fucking stupid locker system for and change the way we handled cash. And we didn't have cash problems until they put that stupid thing in effect. I'm re-rolling. I need to go to the Mystic. I can't talk and play video games, apparently. But, God, what was I just saying? The compass rose. Fuck you. I can't believe this shit. Let's see, after 5 years I quit. Yeah, okay, so the last year that mobile oil was mobile oil, I met a girl in a girl in Kennesaw at Anime Week in Atlanta. I was dressed as Jigen from Lupin the Third, which they happened to be playing Castle of Cagliostro there. It was fantastic, and I was dating her the last year that mobile was mobile. Exxon took over. First thing they did was install these locker systems, which meant we had even less room for our inventory. We'll drop this game. I don't need that anymore. Private game, start game. And then, yeah, like, I have no idea. I'm pretty decent at math, but I have no fucking clue how anything was supposed to balance under their system. Nothing worked out. They never really, it didn't work in any store. Like, you can't blame the cashier when nobody can do it. Obviously the system's wrong. And then, when I came back from, when I quit GameStop and came back to ExxonMobil after like 5 odd years. My first job was to throw out the locker system because, hey, guess what? It didn't fucking work. They wouldn't listen to me. They would not listen to me. Extract legendary power is what I want to do. This one. There we go, and now I have enough stuff that I can do this once. And then change out String of Ears to Mantle of Channeling. Do I have a better weapon to put in there? Yeah, everything Exxon did was ass backwards. The first thing they did, I went from assistant manager to manager, and the first thing they did was write me up for the previous manager's inventory shortages. And it took about 2 months before I told them they can have their fucking store back. I wanted a demotion because I was not... They wouldn't fix anything. They'd duct tape the fucking car wash. If you're paying $10 for a fucking car wash, you expect the goddamn thing to work. And the reason it never worked was because they would not authorize the people that were working on it to actually pay for the parts. They could only duct tape stuff back together, mate. You know, it took an act of God to get them to repair their equipment. And, you know, who's everybody yelling at? They're going to yell at me, of course. I want to try to upgrade a sword again, so I need to make one of those. And what am I making? A mighty weapon. Alright. Yeah, so, you know, Exxon was the second worst, like, and not, I don't mean like second worst company. I mean the second bad company I worked for. The first one was Winn-Dixie. Their practices were fucking horrid, and I'd worked for Publix before them, so I knew exactly how things should run. That's a cool looking weapon, but not for me. So Publix was a fantastic company to work for. Most people that worked there loved it, and the ones that didn't just really hated work. That's how it is. And then I wound up somebody picked a fight with me. They punched me in the back of the head, and I wound up stumbling through the double doors into the front room, and then a customer jumped between us, and I got fired for fighting. I got punched in the back of the head when I was 15 by a 23-year-old grown-ass man, and I was fired for fighting because a customer had to step in and break it up. What? And this dude was fucking built. What am I going to do? Oh, Jesus Christ, you worked for Radio Shack. My manager, when I returned to ExxonMobil, I went back to the same store, but I had a new manager there because things changed. Oh, I used up all my keystones. What a shame. I don't know. They didn't believe me. Like, my parents don't believe me about shit half the time. And by half, and the other half, they're ignoring me. Yeah, like it's something you see in school, like throughout my life. I was getting abused in preschool, and they didn't do anything to. I started acting out really bad, and then they realized that I was getting abused by one of my counselors, and she got fired. but the damage was done. And then there's just a lot of instances where it took an act of God to get something to happen. When really they just had to have believed me. And I used to act out a lot because I was abused, which meant why am I getting my shit wrecked? Oh, it's because I changed that one. Alright. I know what's going on now. You change one thing and you can bounce really low in this game. I'm just putting it on 8 because I need some very basic stuff. Yeah, okay, a very, very good, more recent example from, not from when I was a small child being abused every single day by authority figures that I was supposed to trust. No, this is a very easy thing. Raising money for Relay for Life, the American Cancer Society, I decided I was going to do a bake sale because nobody else was baking. Alright, so I started making banana bread because 7-Eleven threw out like shit tons of banana bread. Or not banana bread, they threw out shit tons of old bananas, which are the prime ingredient in a banana bread. The blacker the better. And then I moved from there into cookies. And my parents bitched to no end because I insisted on making cookies from scratch instead of buying pre-made cookie dough. Jump forward, and now at every opportunity, people, like, they will ask me for cookies. If I'm baking, if I make something, they will steal cookies. I am really damn good at making cookies. But my parents got pissed off because I was using too many dishes and this and that and the other. And, oh, why are you making more cookies today? You just made cookies yesterday. And why is the reason? Because practice is essential to mastery. Repetition makes you good at something. Which brings me right back to the photoshopping I was doing. And I call it photoshopping, but I was using paint, but everybody calls it shopping, so, whatever. I don't know why I even brought that up. Anyways, but yeah, when I was photoshopping earlier, using Paint 3D, I sucked at Paint 3D until I started doing it more, and then in the last few days, I've gotten really good at it. And then, so then what happens? I come across a problem that Paint 3D just cannot handle. So I'm doing these down and dirty, shitty shops because it's what I can manage. And so what did I do after that? I've had Paint.net. I've used Paint.net before, but I don't really know how to use it at all. And it's very intimidating just to look at. So I needed to use it to make that image for Fanta, because I needed a transparency layer, and like Paint 3D just doesn't do that shit. You can make text transparent when you type it or some shit. Like there are very limited uses for transparency in that program, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because they have the function. They just have to apply it to everything. But yeah, so, I had to use Paint.net, and I made a fucking fantastic picture. And now I want to go back and I want to redo everything in Paint.net because it's just so much better. And how did I get good? How did how did I finally get what I needed Paint.net to do, which it was fully capable of doing, just not in the way that I was trying to do it. Or not Paint 3D. Yeah, Paint.net. Paint.net. Well, I got better at the program. And I had to do the same thing over and over and over again until I found a better way. But that's what learning is. I've been talking so friggin' long. So in reality, screwing up is sometimes the best thing you can do because it forces repetition. Unless you're just a lazy shit or you're taking shortcuts and then you're just never going to amount to anything. You might become president one day. We didn't think that would happen, but, you know, now shortcutting is the way to power and success. So don't listen to me. But it's political. Yeah, just anything like Diablo. We're all playing the same game of Diablo 3, but one of us is much better at it. And it's just because I've been playing the game so long, I understand a whole lot of stuff that the other guys don't. And then also on top of it, I'm not that good at Diablo 3 compared to the top players because there's so much information I don't know and I don't care to memorize. They're just, I don't want to get into the intricate numbers of this particular game because I don't think it's really worth it. It's very grindy. Event, like I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over and over for a while. So, like, there's no reason for me to want to put commitment into becoming as good as I can be at this game. I might go after the Cosmic Wings, but I'm not going for, like, the leaderboards. I am planning on doing a, oh, cool. I am planning on doing a, what is it? A hardcore run. I think that'll be fun because I like roguelikes, but for some reason I have never treated Diablo as a roguelike, even though it's built on roguelike elements and has been since the first game. Yeah, I hope they don't screw up Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is coming out soon. I hope Activision Blizzard don't screw it up. I hear you, man. Like, I want a real video game. I saw a horse in the little bit of the demo that I've seen so far. I just haven't given a shit because I don't think that they can pull it off. And let's see, Wrath of the Berserker. I want that, I think. Actually, yes, that's a set piece I need. Ground Stomp causes an avalanche. I don't want them to screw it up, but I don't have too much faith in it. So, you know, my attitude basically means, hey, I'm going to ignore this game, and if it's good, I'll buy it. And if it's a microtransaction hellhole, in fact, I won't touch the game, I don't think, for a couple of months, unless it's fantastic. Because usually they wait until the reviews are in, and then they add more shit like microtransactions, and Activision has done that in the past, so I cannot trust them. Did I ever give this bastard an amulet? There we go, my F key is working.
This will aid me.
70. 70, 70. Let me get another ring because I have a feeling that that ring isn't a level 70 item according to the game. Unique equipped. Oh, maybe they need all epic items. I don't know.
A good choice.
I thought I had an achievement there. Maybe that's not even an achievement anymore. Gear your followers, man. Alright, so... let's see, what don't I need anymore? You should be Wrath of the Berserker for sure. And it's got every rune, so that'll be super cool. And then I don't need Whirlwind. I know that's supposed to be Ancient Spear. Yeah, Rage Flip. Rend isn't the right thing, but that's my biggest damage dealer right now. Alright, cool. Oh, yeah, Earthquake. I don't need Earthquake. Call the Ancients isn't going to do anything.
These places where you and the Nephilim journeyed. I've heard so much about your adventures with Leah and Cain. I almost feel like I was there.
They were trying times.
Mob rule is what I want. Okay, I should be a little more stout now. And can I reroll that ring one more time? Yes, I got 27 death breath. Mighty weapon. But yeah, I hope Diablo 4 is going to be good. It should be a solid game, but who knows? Who really knows anymore? Fuck's sake. There's only so many fjord cutters they can give me. Alright, so I've got all my gems in. And I'll go start getting more stones. It is 6:15. My parents are probably going to be up shortly. Oh, I see what I did. Well, this is going to suck. Or, wait, no, this is a regular rift. I can fix that. What don't I need? Rend Frenzy. Battle Rage is the wrong thing. Hurricane. Alright, there we go. That was easily fixable. Whirlwind is kind of necessary. I'm staying the hell away from Final Fantasy VII Remake. At the very least, until every chapter is out. If they're releasing it episodically, then they've told me that they don't want my business until the game is out. I'm fine with that with Life is Strange, which is published by Square Enix, but it's made by Dontnod. it was designed to be an episodic game from the beginning. Man, Final Fantasy VII, I played that fucker straight through. I'd just been in a car accident, getting off shift from Winn-Dixie. Oh shit. Oh god, yes. Oh god, yes. Ha 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 ha. Oh, look at that golden shower. There we go. But yeah, like when I play RPGs, I play them from a beginning to end. I've got the Final Fantasy games lined up. I've actually got some video descriptions already written for some games. I don't know. Let's see, Dragon Quest Builders. I don't know if... I'm not sure what the other ones are. But I was planning on playing through the Final Fantasy games I have. I was going to start with 9 because I never finished 9. And then I'd go back to 8, or not 8, 7. And then I've got Final Fantasy 12, which I haven't played the international version of, so that will be a really good time for me. And then I have Octopath Traveler. And if I run out of games completely, if there's absolutely not, I might do an endurance test. I may finally, after all of this time, finish Final Fantasy 13, which I hate almost as much as I hate Final Fantasy. No, you know what? Fuck that. I hate 13 more than I hate 8. Why do I say that? I actually finished 8. I didn't have any fun doing it, but I did it. Final Fantasy 13, I could not fucking care less about that game. God, that one corridor simulator. Like, I'm literally walking through corridors now. But, oh my god, Final Fantasy 13 fucking pisses me off. Like, 13 would be my fight milk goal. I don't know. I should try drinking, you know what? I want to pause this really quick because I think I know how to make a better fight milk. And they're going to be really pissed off at me. I just need to see what's actually in. Ah. Yes. Yeah. I'm totally doing fight milk, and they're going to get so fucking pissed when I do it too, because it's not going to be the same fight milk that they do. I'm going to be using 4 eggs. I'm going to be using a pint of whole milk, and I'm going to be using bourbon. And it's going to be lovely. In fact, I'm going to make my fight milk goal. I'm going to make my fight milk goal tied to my Relay for Life charity. That way I can get donations, and then I'll do fight milk, and everybody's going to like laugh. I'll do proper fight milk too. But everybody's going to laugh their ass off when they see what my version of fight milk is. It will have 4 eggs, it will have milk, and it will have bourbon in it. And it's going to be delicious. Oh my god. Oh, and you got to look at that big sexy barbarian. Yeah, how you doing, pork chop? Oh, I've got a speed pylon, which means I'm the Pork Chop Express. Okay, Chad Amsler. Do you know what movie the Pork Chop Express is from? Do not use the internet to answer that question. You have to walk to my house. No, you can use the internet to answer the question. You cannot look up the answer. But you could and totally lie to me. But I want to know if you know what movie the Pork Chop Express is from. I don't know if I can accept that. I don't know if I can accept that. Oh, good. You're wrong on a technicality. It's just China, not Chinatown. But Big Trouble in Little China is exactly the right movie. But I also know you didn't look that up because you wouldn't have made that mistake if you had cheated. So you are technically correct, but only technically. You don't win the prize that I did not offer. There's no prize. They're never. Yeah, I'm a terrible host. But yeah, Big Trouble in Little China had Pork Chop Express. It's part of the reason why I named the character Pork Chop. The other is because of my sideburns, my glorious chops that that Magnolia thinks are sexy. Wow. One of these days, I'll do a video on,
The ancients smile on me.
like, it's not going to be how to pick up women. It's going to be how to talk to women. Because I've noticed a lot of really thirsty boys popping into chat and stuff and hitting on the girls that I talk to every single day. And I'd like to collaborate with them. I would like to collaborate with them on doing a video on, like, if you really want to go out with me, like, how about maybe not say, hey baby thick, want to hit it, or whatever the fuck people say when they hit on tiny. Like, it's so tragic. It's so tragic.
I need to go back.
Oh, that's right. I got the new shoulders. That's why I'm tougher. Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China is fucking amazing. Do you know what video game is like 90% based on Big Trouble in Little China and 10% based on Jean-Claude Van Damme? And I probably gave it away right there. So it's a video game based on Big Trouble in Little China and also Jean-Claude Van Damme.
See you soon. Ooh,
That is too
that's
expensive.
Nice. Can I have it back?
Yeah, Satera's got stuff going on, I think. Ron talks to her more than I do. Okay. So, it's super obvious. Super obvious. What does Big Trouble in Little China have? Well, let's start off with the main character would be the Jean-Claude Van Damme character. Obviously, it's a different actor, but that character is in the game. Jack Burton. So Jack Burton is basically a character in a game, and then you also have one of the first people you're introduced to is the Lightning Lord. So he's got like all those crazy lightning skills and that cool hat. And then you're introduced to Lo Pan, who gets run over by the Pork Chop Express. And he's an old dude with like crazy black magic powers. You've got a large bestial like fuzzy creature, not of this world. There you go, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is almost entirely a ripoff of Big Trouble in Little China. They wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme to play Johnny Cage. Well, like, he would have been Johnny Cage. There wouldn't have been a Johnny Cage. It would have just been Jean-Claude Van Damme. But he turned it down. He turned down the role because he didn't want to be associated with video games or some shit. It was like a really fucking dumb decision. And what he wound up doing instead. So, you know, they had to make Johnny Cage instead of Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then when it came time to make the movie versions, he wound up in the Street Fighter movie instead of the Mortal Kombat movie, possibly because, you know, they didn't offer it to him because he snubbed them already. But, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme was coked up off his ass when he made Street Fighter the movie, which is funny because Mario and Luigi were both fucking drunk in the Mario movie. I guess you just have to be an alcoholic to make children's movies now. Oh, now we're talking about the 90s. But, yeah, I think everybody was drunk in the 90s. Oh, that's a piece of garbage. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. And my follower cannot die. That is fantastic. Alright. My follower can never die, and I have a Unity equipped, so if I find another Unity, I will do fantastic fucking things. Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme is a very prissy bitch for an action hero. Fuck him. He was in Cyborg, which was awesome, but it was also awesomely bad. I'll keep those. But other than that, like, Jean-Claude shit. And what's kind of funny is the Mortal Kombat movie is worse than the Street Fighter movie because it sticks closer to the source material, which is what makes it a bad movie. Oh, Bloodsport. I don't think I've seen that in so long. I don't remember it at all. I think that's the one where he dips his hands in the glass at the beginning, which is parodied in Hot Shots Part 2. I think that's the... I'm sure I knew French words before that, but Hot Shots Part 2 was the first... I think the first French word where I learned the meaning. I fucking hate this game. I fucking hate this game. Lambert was fantastic. His voice is so distinctive. I honestly don't know. He must have struck a deal with the devil to get Highlander. He didn't speak English, first off, which is why his accent is so very distinct. But also, it's the perfect accent for him because you can't place it. It's amalgamation of like 3 different accents in one. which is really friggin' cool. Oh, I need more diamonds. You have the diamonds. Death's Breath, I've got 21, not enough. But yeah, he like must have made a deal with the devil because he was in Highlander and he was mostly in total shit movies after that, including the other Highlanders, which is very unfortunate. Oh, Chad, no, that doesn't even... Highlander 2 isn't even the worst Highlander movie. Like, not even by a long shot. Highlander 2 is high art compared to everything that came after it. And I'll try to remember to link you in the Discord. Well, remember, we're live. I can do it anytime. Give me a goddamn socket. Are you shitting me? They're just not going to give me this stupid fucking socket. Where was I? Yeah, I was going to link you something while this rift is closing. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Is this the one I'm thinking of? I believe it is. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yeah. Woo. Oh, hey, I've got messages. Let's see. Chamsler. Yeah, I had a direct connect with you recently. What's going on? Am I even live still? I have an excellent connection. Okay, I might be back. Alright, what's going on here? Okay, I'm back. Cool. Connection dropped. And let's check out YouTube. There we go, live streaming. This is low res because my internet took a shit. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm moving around. And is Discord back? I think I need to close and reopen Discord. so exciting. Do I at least... Oh, cool. My connection was lost. Alright, cool. So at least I'll drop back to the cool looking screen. Sweet. All right. That link actually did go through. Camelot sent me a message. Nothing. It's just replying back to something I said. And I thought somebody mentioned me. Somebody might want to play Minecraft, which is coolio. Jip. Alright, he doesn't have a PC. There's the issue for him. Close. No, don't play your fucking video. Exit. Dropping the internet is so much fun. And I dropped internet right before I started streaming, so I thought I'd be really good. Oh god, watch that. It's like, I swear to god, you'll think Highlander 2 is fucking high art. That is like the most tragic damn thing I've ever seen. It's at least kind of funny. But like, as far as a Highlander fight goes, it's just like, what the hell? Alright, so I should be able to do a Torment 10. Oh god, yes, this is super sexy. Something caught in my throat, but it makes my voice deeper. Yeah, god, the Highlander series is such hot garbage. There is one of the Highlander movies where what's his name? There's Connor McLeod. I forget. Duncan. Duncan McLeod kills Connor McLeod in one of the movies to take his power so that he could beat the bad guy, because he had killed more people than anybody ever. But Connor was the last. He won the prize in the very first movie. It makes no sense. They're just like, sounds good. And they completely forgot the history of the franchise. That was Highlander 4. I think the one I linked you was Highlander 5. Or, no. That might be like Highlander 6. I forget. There's so many fucking Highlander movies. And Christopher Lambert was forced to be in most of them. I don't know what dark god he owes his soul to force him into that kind of shit. But it's fucking terrible. And I'm all for tying the TV series with the movies, because I actually liked the TV series for a long time. Until every single episode was a flashback. So, okay, I'm having a flashback. I'm going to kill a guy, and what's wrong with recurring characters? Deep Space Nine was so amazing because of the recurring characters.
I must wait long. I need healing.
So, they never figured that out. And then there was the Dark Quickening, which they never did anything with, which I know because one of my friends watched the show obsessively. And at the end of a season, Connor got the Dark Quickening, which made him evil. But in reality, nothing happened. They went on to the next season and never spoke about it again. Oh, yeah, you saw that. Yeah, Renee Auberjoyce died. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Auberjoyce. We know him as Odo. We all love him because Odo was fantastic. He had a very distinctive voice. I've been watching Stargate and playing video games, and I heard a voice, and I was like, no, it can't be. And it was Renee Auberjoyce, Odo on Stargate as a one-off character. And I loved it because that guy is so awesome. And I've heard him in so many other things. He was becoming a really prolific voice actor. Like I said, distinctive voice. Man. And like he didn't have to really put on a different voice. His regular voice was perfect for any role. God, I was going to say I'm going to miss him. I never knew him, but I am very sad to have heard that he passed this morning when I woke up. Yes, he was in Enterprise also. I forget what he was. And also in Deep Space Nine, I could always tell when he wore different makeup because, he had that crazy voice. They also used Martok in a lot of different roles in Deep Space Nine. I think that they reused Martok and the guy who played Kern, Worf's brother, as much as possible. Who else? Kern played a Klingon, or not? He was a Klingon. What did Kern play? I know that guy played like a bunch of different roles on the same show. Shit. Something I learned today. The voice actor for Philip J. Fry voices like half the cast on the show. When he went in, he read for every single character. So he plays Fry. He plays Dr. Farnsworth. He plays Zoidberg. That hurt.
Not enough fuel.
Oh, right. I've got to ignore pain, and I haven't been hidden at all. Oh, please tell me it's another Unity, because I could really use another Unity. Teguk, I'm going to love the damage reduction.
I need to go back.
Futurama, I think, played out. I really felt like it was starting to go downhill, especially when they got to the movie that was like fantasy themed. And I'll make no bones about it. I thought Disenchanted was horrible. And that's kind of the way it felt Futurama was going. Don't need that. Don't really need that. Demon Hunter only. Thank you for the Demon Hunter belts, you asshole. Oh, Do I have restraint? Nope, that's another compass rose. Alright, and then put my jewel up. There's my normal jewels. The other one's in a different slot because I'm going to use that as soon as I can. Which, please, friggin' God. I don't know about Picard. It looks like it's going to be a very action-oriented show. It's not the kind of Star Trek that I want. I don't think he's playing the same Picard. Maybe he is. I don't remember. I want a show that takes place in the aftermath of Deep Space Nine that doesn't focus on the Borg at all, which I think Picard is going to focus on Borg. I don't give a shit about like Picard or is she his daughter or this or that and the other. I want to see what happened after the war. Beta Z was captured, occupied, was still occupied at the end of the war. The Federation committed a couple of war crimes. They attempted genocide. It all needs to be addressed. Deep Space Nine was the rise of fundamentalism in the Federation. There were a bunch of bad people within Starfleet. Sector 31. At least two of the main characters were complicit. The Admiral was complicit in the genocide. The Admiral was also complicit in... Starfleet was completely complicit in Sisko's assassination of a Romulan ambassador. If you remember at the beginning of the episode, he asked for permission to do the stuff he was going to do. There was a record. I would love to see the Romulans find that out. Jerry Ryan was fantastic as 709. I didn't care for Voyager very much, but she was one of the few shining stars, and not just because she's like incredibly hot, but because she added something to the show, which Voyager is the most stagnant show in the canon. From the beginning of the show to the end of the show, there's almost no character growth for anybody except for Tom Paris, and Tom Paris can do anything. Period. End of story. If you need him to build the fastest ship in the universe, Tom Paris did that. If you want the most advanced holodeck programs, Tom Paris built holodeck programs like it was nothing. He created Fairhaven. Tom Paris literally created life because everybody became sentient. And,
Are you ready?
you know, he programmed Fairhaven too good.
Don't forget, luck always
That is too
changes.
expensive.
You're not Mighty Weapon, are you? Yes. Delta Flyer was cool, but it was not like B'Elanna should have made that, not Tom Paris. Tom Paris was a pilot, not an engineer. The reason why Tom Paris is a terrible character is because he's such a Mary Sue. He can do everything. And let's see. So, let's start from the beginning. Captain Janeway, what's her story arc? She got divorced.
But we believe in the new
That's everything. From beginning to end, what changed with Janeway? She got divorced. All right, let's go to Chakotay. Chakotay married 7 of 9 when they didn't even have a romance throughout the entire series. The very last episode, I'm going to close this because I think I'm done with Diablo screwing me for today. And let's see, OBS still has this wonderful background up. And I'll be Malthiel for a while. There we go. All right. So yeah. Let's go back through the list. Yeah, Chakotay. And the reason there's a major thing I want to bring up. Okay, so there have been many Chakotays throughout Star Trek. They really love using that name. This Chakotay should have been related to the Native Americans at the end of the Next Generation, the ones that Wesley Crusher went to stay with, but they never bring them up. Why? They would have had to pay the writer of that episode to use those characters. They would have had to give them a credit. They would have had to pay them. So Chakotay got no character. He was a Maquis. He was in that region. He was Native American. He's from the tribe that lived on the planet that Picard, he tried to kick him off. He wasn't a very good person in that episode. He believed in what he was doing, and then he didn't do it. It took Wesley Crusher to teach him that removing Native Americans from their land is probably a thing we should stop doing. So let's move on from Chakotay to Ensign Kim. Ensign Kim got a promotion. He also died at least once, and he's not even the original Ensign Kim, which is cool. I'm fine with it because why? Because Chief O'Brien isn't the original Chief O'Brien. He's a time-displaced clone of himself from the future by like a couple hours. But he's not the original O'Brien. The original O'Brien died. Technically, he's the original O'Brien. He's the original O'Brien, but from the future, a couple of hours older. So, what else happened with Ensign Kim? He changed instruments. And quite frankly, I'm quoting another guy I watch a lot. I'll try to remember to link him to you. But yeah, he changed instruments from like the oboe to the clarinet at some point randomly, and he got a promotion to the next rank. That's it. All right. So B'Elanna Torres was less angry. Got married to Tom Paris. That's her character. There's nothing else. Who else? Okay, and then we get to the worst one, Tom Paris. Tom Paris, the man who can do anything. Tom Paris, who, again, should have been connected to Star Trek The Next Generation, but they didn't want to pay royalties for the character. They didn't want to pay the royalties. He should have been Nicholas Locarno, the kid who got kicked out of Starfleet for doing really dangerous, stupid stuff. But he wasn't because they didn't want to pay the royalties. So they gave him the exact same backstory. And he gets the most character development in the whole series because he gets to do everything. Anytime they can't figure out something, they just give it to Paris. He does it. The Doctor was fantastic. 7 and 9 was fantastic. God, the Doctor it was the highlight of the show until 7 and 9 showed up, and they worked beautifully together. Listening to, I've got them singing "You Are My Sunshine" on one of my music playlists because I loved that version of "You Are My Sunshine" that much. They're just fan fucking tastic. They're great actors. They had wonderful characters, and they actually had arcs. Unlike all the rest of the cast, they actually had an arc. Um, the Next Generation was not the best series in my opinion because it had a very rocky beginning, which a lot of people will say that about Deep Space Nine. The first season is shit, but Deep Space Nine, even the bad episodes, if you're paying attention to the dialogue and the characters, they the entire first season is building the universe. They're building up the lore of Deep Space Nine, the planets surrounding it, the politics and excuse me, the politics involved in everything. They are. Oh, I know why my eyes are kind of closed. It's still kind of bright over here. But anyways, what can we do about that? I don't need these anymore. There we go. That's better. God, yes. These ones make everything yellow. These make everything blue. They're two totally different types of glass. They do different stuff. The Next Generation reused a lot of episode or plots from Star Trek, the original series. The Naked Now, they used a lot of stuff, and it took a while from the finder footing. Whereas Deep Space Nine, it took a little while for them to find their footing also, but they were doing a lot of world building, which if you've seen the series over and over again like me, you will pick up on, like, oh shit, they were setting stuff up. In episode 1, they were setting up like the overarching story, which they really weren't doing in the Next Generation. Q was interesting, and he became a major player character that showed up a lot and was really awesome. But they even dropped the ball with Q in one episode where he offered Riker the power of the Q, and that was just not a good episode. You're talking about one of my favorite characters, not Riker. Riker was a dick. Riker was just an asshole, like through and through. So, Q was such a fantastic character, but that's one of the missteps. And then they had the Star Trek introduced Ferengi, but Deep Space Nine perfected them. They figured out what they wanted to do with this race that just kind of got cast by the wayside and just didn't really work. The Next Generation also had a really hard time establishing like a main villain, a recurring main villain until the Borg. Before that, the Ferengi, they didn't work out. They went to the Romulans. The Romulans, nobody really gave a shit about. They wound up doing a lot of Klingon stuff because of that. Nobody really cared much about Vulcans, and there wasn't even a Vulcan on the ship. So, the Next Generation was a fantastic show, but it's not as consistently coherent as Deep Space Nine. They're a lot more consistent in Deep Space Nine, and even their bad episodes, I really enjoy, like the Come Along Home, that one, where the Wadi come to the station and all they want to do is gamble, and Cisco gets teleported into a game with his other officers. It's regarded as probably the worst episode in the series, but I still enjoyed it. Um, let's see. I thought Enterprise was kind of a garbage fire because they first I hated it because they broke the intro. Um, it's supposed to be grand and orchestral, and they used a pop song. But they used a fantastic song, and the intro to Enterprise is so good that I forgive them for breaking. You can't see my hands down here, but yeah, I will forgive them for breaking from the orchestral stuff because it was just that damn good. Um, it's the history of travel from the earliest ships to exploring space and then going forward into you know Star Trek uh, Enterprise era. So they're establishing some fantastic stuff, and they showed a shot from an astronaut. I want to say it was like John Glenn. I've got to look it back up, but basically what happened was he was on his way, like he was gearing up to get on the shuttle for the first time to get launched into space. And he sat there, and then he was just like realizing what he was actually doing, which is getting in a shuttle packed with jet fuel and explosives and getting shot up into space, which is the most hostile atmosphere we know. And he expected to come back home, and he's like, this is ridiculous. And he gives this really funny look, and I love it. But Enterprise, they screwed with Vulcans, which the Vulcan culture is supposed to be practically unchanging, really, and they changed it so that they would have something to work towards, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Shran was fantastic, though. Jeffrey Combs is the single greatest talent in every single Star Trek series. I think he's been in pretty much all of them. I need to check to see if he was in the original Star Trek because I think he might have been. So what am I missing? I've got Star Trek TNG. I've got the original series. I haven't watched all the way through it. It was on TV when I was a kid. I thought it was goofy looking back then, and I still think it's goofy looking. And then there's the animated series, which is stupid. But apparently some of the stuff in the animated series actually became canon. I don't know. But anyway, that's like my Star Trek rant, I guess. I'm going to get some sleep so I can make some cookie dough later when I wake up. I am probably going to smoke some. And thank you for hanging out with me like the entire stream. You're awesome, Chad. I'll see you in Cody's stream tonight. Maybe he'll use my my thumbnail that I created. I need to fix it, make it look better, but who knows? Who knows? It already looks good. I can just make it look really good, and I don't think it'll take me a long time to do it. So I'll see ya. I need an outro phrase. I need to remember my camera's up here, so when I do the finger guns, it's like, yeah, in your face. In your face. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since yesterday at 1 o'clock. I don't think I need to sleep anymore. Like, I'm fucking weird. Alright, so live streaming, and I'm gonna cut it. Ooh, and 2 likes on the video. Thank you. Use that in your face. Yeah, you're gonna put some cookies in your face. Because I make the best cookies. Why do I make the best cookies? Why? Why do I say? Kind of hurts the throat. Oh, all right, let's get back into the voice. So, I make the best cookies. Why do I say I make the best cookies? Why? Because I'm the cream of the crop in your face. I'll work on it. I'll work on it. I want to get my my Macho Man thing. Okay, so let's see if I can time this right. I'm going to get right up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes. This has been Jefferson streaming, and I'm going to get in your face before I sign off, and you're going to remember who I am because I'm the cream of the crop. I'm the cream of the crop.